Hello and welcome back to Naturally Spiritual, where we correlate the spiritual with the natural. I'm
And
Cheryl,
I'm Sherry.
and we're here to encourage someone to listen to the command, right?
What command?
You have to love them regardless.
Regardless. Like, Tyra says it to the boys all the time. You don't have to like me, but you going to love me.
Right? Sis, some people here, if you head your way, you wouldn't like them. You would hate them. You wouldn't have anything to do with
At
them,
all,
right?
period.
But,
At all.
at all. But I'm so thankful and grateful that this day represents
right.
the commandment from Jesus himself, who said to love everybody.
Everybody,
Right?
and you think about it, it's quite a shame
Mhm.
that adults sometimes have to be told,
Right.
you have to love.
Mhm.
And I say it's a shame, and not as to embarrass anyone, but some people don't know how to love
So
because
true.
they haven't been
They haven't
taught
been taught.
love.
They haven't been taught.
They haven't been told even that they were loved.
Right.
So they don't feel love, and that's foreign to them.
Yes.
Love, when you think about it, and I guess with love comes healing. Love comes showing.
Yes.
And those types of things. And I guess it's unfathomable for me because
Right.
I've always felt
Right.
love, and I know how to love, and
Mhm.
I feel like I give love. I know I give love.
Right.
But and so it's just incomprehensible to me that
But
some people,
sister, I'm thinking, and there are even some kids,
Mhm.
first graders, who, if I hug them or something like that, ew, and I'm like, why? I said, so does your mom not hug you? Does your dad not hug you? And I had a parent teacher conference one day, and the mom, she was so proud of the child. She hugged the child, and he looked at his dad, for that confirmation from his dad, and he was like, okay, well, just give me that. We don't do that hugging around here. And I thought, that's so sad, right?
Yeah,
and I said, why not? I said, you're teaching him that. Basically, I feel like he was teaching him that for a grown man to hug is wrong. Right. And so I asked him, I said, do you not show him? And after I said it to him, I guess he thought about it because they were leaving, and he turned back around and he called them over there to him and he gave them a hug. And I thought, that's so sad.
Right.
So you're right. If they haven't been taught, they don't know. They don't know how to show it. They don't know how to reciprocate it.
Right.
But really and truthfully, because there are some grown men who are still misbehaving and doing things that they should have outgrown, but they're still doing it.
Right.
And it's not just men; there are women too.
That's so true. And if you think about this thing in the natural, there are some relationships that aren't very functioning because they are missing that aspect of love. And again, it's from generation, passed down from generation to generation to generation. As you just said, that's not how they show love.
Right.
And so some of the positions that people take on to show love aren't things that we would think about love. And so this command had to have been given. Love. And then you think about what this, as you just went back to a representation. When you think about the representation of Jesus washing his disciples' feet,
yes,
that had to be done out of love. Because you think about, they walked miles.
Yes.
Some bare feet, some in sandals. But think about the dust and the dirt and the calluses and all of that.
That was embedded.
Right. That was it. So they had to actually sit down and they had, from what I understand, professional feet washers back then. The way that we think about a shoe shiner. Yeah. So if you think about it, they had professional, but those jobs were reserved for people who were less than.
Yes.
So Jesus, this man who is the greatest,
right,
who is one of the greatest, had to come and
show
humility, right, and show that it's okay. This is how I'm showing love. So in the worst of worst moments, I can show you love. And then you think about some other aspects and some other representations of love. Think about Jesus, who knew knew no sin, who knew what was coming to him the next day. So he knew that Judas was betraying. He knew that Peter even denied, but he still had to show love. So when you think about love, you think about this this situation.
Yes.
Jesus, who could have easily said, these two right here, I know are doing me wrong. But I'm still going to show love.
Right.
So when he fed the disciples the Last Supper,
he was still
those two were included.
They were included.
So he did not exclude. So when you think about some of the times that you have been hurt, some of the times that you've been neglected, and some of the times you were just so wrong,
deceived,
right?
Yes.
But you still have to show love regardless. So I guess those. Wow, I mean, it's just incomprehensible to me, but love, he commanded it. I mean, because he showed love, so he expects for us to be able to go show love.
Right, sister, and that was so deep, but I'm gonna go ahead and add scripture to it, right? Because all of that was spiritual right there.
And
so
it just came to me.
I'm just going to add the scriptural part of it in John 13:34. Here it is. He says, "A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another."
Okay, love one another.
So just love one another. So regardless of how you feel about someone, because you don't have to like them, but you have to love them. Right. You can't mistreat them, right? Exactly. So no matter what someone's done to you or haven't done to you, you still have to show that love.
Right, because I mean, even is that in this day and age, there are people who will not love you just because of the color of your skin. Because you're a female, they might think you're less than, or because I mean, just whatever sometimes because you have a different preference or a different belief than them, they're just gonna not love you,
right?
But that's against what his word says. He says love, and it might not be the greatest agape love that he gives, but love. Okay, let's end it there, sister, as we always do. Just go ahead and like us. And I always want to say love. So love us. Okay. Share us, talk to us, hit us up with some comments. You know, and sister, you're part of your commercial.
And just thank you. And just know that we love you. Love you not just for what you've done or do for us, but just love you because we have the love of Jesus in us, and that's what he commanded us to do. So we love you, we love you, we love you.
And there's nothing, absolutely nothing you can do about it. All right. We hope and pray that you guys have an awfully, awfully, awfully blessed and loving night.
Good night.